My name is Ray Pajoli, and I applied for Medicaid by behalf of my mom, Julia, along with 4 of her other children. The information that I was aware of with Medicaid was a bit scary, and I had also asked individuals I know who were involved with Medicaid in New Jersey, and in short, they were horror stories, the whole application process and beyond. We were still, as a family, siblings, undecided as to whether we were going to go with an attorney or an advocate. But based on things that we had heard through others who had individuals in Medicaid, we decided to go with an advocate. It was a fixed fee. The attorneys seemed to have more or less an open-ended fee structure. The other thing besides that was that Elder Care had told us up front that they would be first and foremost in the application process, so we would not have to deal with Medicaid directly, which appealed to me greatly because my wife and I are both working full time, and we didn't have the time to do that. Well, we signed the contract. We had the initial interview. We discussed what Elder Care needed for documents and for personal information for our mom. Luckily, I had my sister who had taken care of or helped take care of my mom for many years. So she had a lot of personal information, medical information. So that helped tremendously. Everybody kind of pitched in their own way. Taking lead from Elder Care, we assembled the documents we downloaded them, uploaded them into the system, and got them to Liana, and she kind of guided us as to what we needed for the initial process to assemble a basic application document. We did have a change of plans in the process, and that was something that I would like to touch on. Again, obviously, as I stated, my mom was coming to our house. And so the application was put in for home care. And then through the process of June and July, it became very apparent my mom had some pretty serious health issues. She's legally blind, and a number of other things. But it became apparent pretty quickly that we weren't going to be able to take care of her in our house. So we ended up changing the application from home care to long-term care. And Liana and Enid, her assistant, helped us through that process, and it really went seamlessly. I think that if I recall correctly, the timing was such that when my mom finally got her approval, we actually got approval for her to get into a local nursing home, only a county away, closer to 2 of her other children. So things worked out well. But that Elder Care guided us through that process. I believe the fact that the advocate Elder Care was the front for Medicaid, with Medicaid for our mom, that took a tremendous amount of pressure off of us. I believe it eliminated a lot of mistakes that we probably would have made on our own, and that was the general consensus among the 5 children. That we probably would have missed that, and boy, oh boy, we would not have known that. And as I understand it, that could hold up the application to create penalties, or even create a rejection of an application and have to reapply. And time happened to be of the essence for us, so that was important. Well, it wouldn't be an if. I would recommend Elder Care. And I think that 3 of the most important things, they were extremely patient. They never lost patience when they explained things to us, and they had to re-explain some things to us a few times. And I won't get into the details, but throughout that process, taking us through the application process, explaining things as to where the process was, where they were at in following up with New Jersey Medicaid, what we should be doing in the meantime. So patience was really the key for me. They were very considerate, and they were very knowledgeable Whenever we asked questions, I would say the high 90% of the time they had the answer off top. If they weren't sure, they would give us what they thought was the answer, and they would say, please don't do anything until we confirm that with either our legal or our accounting departments, and then we'll get back to you. And there was never any considerable wait for information, whether it be an answer or just a follow-up information. So those were two of the things that really struck me, as key in dealing with elder care. And then I guess the third one was just really to follow through, and then the fact that there was a fixed fee, which obviously that was important for those involved, but also the fact that it's kind of an open-end relationship now. Within reason, we still have the ability to call up elder care and request information, request direction, and they would even provide legal assistance depending the question, possibly at a fee, but maybe not even. So those were the key things for me myself.